Good evening. Welcome to HBCU Delaware Talks. Thank you again for allowing we to tune into your living room this evening to talk about some historically black colleges and universities stuff. We like to support our HBCUs. We like to support our kids in Wilmington, Newcastle County, state of Delaware, and throughout the country. Without you, this show would not exist. So let's just tune in for today. I'm a little under the weather. I guess you probably can tell, but we're going to do this today. I'm going to have a little bit of fun. I have a guest on here who's sharp, scholar. You know, we're going to talk about some great things. Also, had two Hamptonians, Hampton University, if you're out there and you're listening, had two gentlemen from HIU or HU to come on the show. I don't know if it's because I'm a Norfolk State alum and, you know, across the water, Hampton and Norfolk State, we battle every now and again. I guess that's why it's a no-show. Just like on this Saturday when Norfolk State and Hampton played basketball, I guess it's going to be the same, a no-show. I mean, listen, it's all good fun. Even though, you know, you went to Hampton, I went to Norfolk State. It's okay. We are black folk who went to black colleges. And I don't want you to all think it's a black thing, but it's just that we need to support our HBCU schools. Tonight I have a guest on. This gentleman here is a scholar. He's doing big things in Delaware and throughout the country. In our state, a lot of our kids perish because their lack of skills. And when I say their lack of skills, I speak to the skill reading comprehension. A lot of our kids are struggling with reading. And when we struggle with reading, we tend not to see the big picture in the end. You know, that's why they put a lot of information in books, because a lot of times people don't read that information. So when I mean about seeing the end, if you're reading and you're understanding or comprehending what you're reading, you're able to make better decisions. Every now and again, it seems like decisions aren't being made well. It's been, 4 or 5 shootings or murders here in Wilmington since January 2017. This is terrible. And I guarantee you that the perpetrators are not reading on grade level. I guarantee you. And this is a sad day. But we got to hold tight. We have to begin to support each other. We have to, as they say, am I my brother's keeper? It doesn't matter if you're black or white. It matters if you're wrong or right. Everybody, we have to begin to support. We're losing too many youth in our state. We're losing too many youth in the country due to senseless violence. And it's sad. But anyway, to get back to the gentleman here, a Morehouse grad. You know, something about the Morehouse graduates, they come. I love it. You know, and Morehouse is in the house. He's here to talk about his book. He has a children, what is it?
I got a children's book out.
And in fact, you go ahead and introduce your way. Come on anyway you like.
So I'm Earl Cooper, golf professional. I graduated from Morehouse College in 2011. I'm from Wilmington, went to AI Middle and AI High School. And man, I'm happy to be here. I've published 2 books so far. I'm working on my 3rd project, which I'm super excited about. That's going to be for Delaware State. So being here from Delaware and being able to write a book for Delaware State is going to be even extra special, although I didn't attend that institution.
I appreciate that because, you know, I promote Delaware State University a lot simply because, first and foremost, it's our only HBCU here in Delaware.
Yep, most definitely.
And I talked to a very nice gentleman by the name of Carlos Holmes, who's the promoter. He promotes Delaware State. And we dialogue back and forth a lot about how we can better support Delaware State, how we can better grow Delaware State.
Right. And that's exactly what we want to do with the children's book. When you look at the research, I was the first one to write a book for Morehouse. And then when I did the research, there was actually no children's books written on an elementary level about historically black colleges. So when I did it, I was the first. And then we went on to Hampton, and I helped another brother from Morehouse do one for Savannah State. And 2 young ladies have recently just did one for Grambling. Another one did one for the Bayou Classic.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And see, that's networking. And all HBCUs, because we're family. And just to promote, and that's promoting the institution. I appreciate what you're doing. When are you going to get an Norfolk State book?
Oh man, let's do it. I
You
mean,
know,
there's no better time than the present.
yes.
And again, I'm 27 years old,
Wow.
and I've been able to, I'm a world-class golf instructor as well. Golf Digest named me one of the best young teachers in America.
Whoa.
I was the assistant golf professional at Wilmington Country Club, the first African-American golf professional in over 100 years at that club since the whole existence. So, I've been able to do some pretty neat and amazing things. And again, I think it has a lot to do with my experience in college at Morehouse College, with it being HBCU.
How was Morehouse College when you were there?
It was fabulous. I think a lot of times that one of the big things for me that I realized was the fact that here is an environment, and I think we're just naturally competitive.
Sure.
But it was an environment where education became competitive, and you were pushing yourself. So I was lucky enough when I transferred there. I went to Wilmington University for 3 semesters. I transferred to Morehouse, and I'm in a room with guys that are, med students, biology, guys that are working, for Ben Bernanke at the Feds during the summer, and just doing amazing things, and just kind of showed me like, man, I can do it too. So it was a great environment to immerse myself in, and it pushed me to where I am today.
Awesome. I'm very proud of you. And I think that even the fact that going to Wilmington University for 3 semesters, I think that's awesome, and it shows perseverance.
Yeah, most
It shows
definitely.
that you have that stick-to-itiveness. When we were coming up in my time, I graduated from high school in 1981. So, and I came out of Norfolk State in 1986.
Okay.
But back in the time, we were just competitive about education.
Yeah.
And it's like, I bet I'm going to get higher score on a test than you.
Uh-huh.
And that's all the way through college. And I think it was that generation. So somehow you're before your time, because nowadays the kids they're not happy about being honest students. Some kids don't even want to show how smart they are.
Right. I agree. I think that just has a lot to do with, the environment that they're growing up in, where they're not being praised, and sometimes they're often bullied. I know personally, it's if you have a student that is excelling very high, oftentimes the teacher will constantly call on them, and then that's singling out that student.
Sure.
So now it's kind of like he doesn't want to answer even though he knows the answer, or the teacher is saying, why aren't you more like, Josh? Because Josh knows the answer. So, there's unique challenges that we have out there, but I think it's also, being able to reinforce them on the side and understand their perspective, not calling on them too much, but also giving them that reassurance and saying, hey, this is a good thing that you are smart.
Yeah, I know as far as being a teacher in the classroom, I'm a spec ed teacher, so in a special education, I talk to the kids, especially when we talk about reading fluency, reading comprehension. I always tell them, listen, we're all in this together. I'm not interested in how many words you stumble across. I'm not interested in how fast or slow you read. I'm interested that you try. And sometimes you have to instill that to a kid to let them know you care. Sometimes teachers, they just think the kid automatically knows.
Right.
Even the intelligent kid, the very, very intelligent kid, sometimes that kid doesn't say much in class. They just do the work.
Exactly.
And then the teacher tries to put them out there, and it's a bashful thing. But we have to somehow, in our community, bridge the gap, first and foremost. Somehow we have to pull our kids and let them be interested in education. Something has happened along the way where kids are not interested in success.
Well, I think, in my opinion, I think it has a lot to do with the exposure, and really being able to see the benefit of it, and being able to connect the dots. And that's one thing. So I go to schools and I'm reading. I say, how many kids want to be, NBA player? How many kids want to be in the NFL? And I let them know. You could be the best. You could be, the example I always use, you could be the fastest person in the world.
Sure.
But if you can't get on the field, it means absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
And I think sometimes we have to make those connections early on that, you may love this sport, but there's also an education component, and you have to bring those together. Not to say you have to get straight A's, but, there's definitely, if you want to go to NFL, you got to be 3 years removed from college, or 3 years removed from high school, which typically you got to go to college for that. NBA, same thing.
Same thing.
So a lot of these major sports that a lot of these young kids aspire to be, they don't even know those simple rules. So how can you aspire to be something and you don't even know what you have to do to get there?
Right, and I get it. I get it. We have a lot of kids. In fact, in some of the schools right now, we have kids that are cutting school because they don't like the teacher or they don't like the school itself.
Right.
But they have to go to these schools. Like with desegregation, I was bused. In fact, I was the first class really bused. I went to Wilmington High School in the 9th grade in 1978. In 79, I was bused out to McCain High School. From 79 to 81, that's when I graduated from McCain.
Okay.
But a lot of kids, they're stuck in desegregation and don't like the school in which they go to. And then they have a choice selection where you can select the school that you want to go to. You have to get there the best way you can. But then sometimes they're crowded, and then kids are left out. How can we get our kids to attend a Wilmington school? How do we grow a Wilmington school? What do we do now? So, because everyone's talking about redistricting, they're talking about trying to have a high school in Wilmington.
Right.
We have Howard Tech in Wilmington, but they want a Wilmington school district. I was thinking, because I'm HBCU, and this is just for putting it out there, I always talking about an HBCU Wilmington, private elementary school, kindergarten, first, second, and third grade. And I just get and just how you gonna get the money, write grants. But it's a matter of pulling us all in together, Tell me some more about Morehouse College. What was your most?
Man, so one of the things, I played golf there. So we won a national championship my junior year, 2010.
Right.
Yeah, I left the ring at the house, but I should have brought it tonight. It was just, just being on the yard and going to Crown Forum. Morehouse is very traditional.
Sure.
So we have a lot of guest speakers from Otis Moss to, Jed Johnson came on his Homeland Security, different presidents. You just never knew who was going to be on campus. Obviously, the King family came through quite a bit to speak to us. So it was great. It was great to have these individuals kind of come and pour into us and say, hey, they were once sitting in our seat. So we had a lot of alumni that have gone on to do some amazing things. But I just love the tradition as well. You're coming out to the African drums and, when you graduate and just every year here is a place where, as you know, African-American males are at the bottom of most statistics when you talk about reading, unemployment, everything. So here's an institution that is specifically focusing on them, and they need the most attention. And so I've always kind of joked with people where people say, oftentimes a Morehouse man maybe seem a little cocky or come out with his chin up a little bit. And I think the world's going to beat you down. It's just going to level it out. But I think it's great to kind of have that, confidence about yourself, because if you don't, it's going to be tough to make it in this world. So I think, they have a quote that they also say that Mother Morehouse has placed a crown over your head, and it's up to you to grow tall enough to wear it.
There you go.
So, little things like that and the challenges, and it's a family, man. We're everywhere, and I've had some great Morehouse experiences in different cities. They've always showed me a lot of love.
Yeah, I have a good friend from Morehouse College, Dr. Abraham Jones. I don't know if you know him. Works in the Christina School District, but we go way back, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And Dr. Abe, he started off at, he went to Morehouse.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him.
Went to Delaware State, went to UD. I'm like, man, do you have to have all of these degrees, man? But in fact, I was going to go into the doctoral program with him because he wanted to go into the cohort. He had the money, I did. So I did, and I still want to go in and get my doctoral degree. Eventually, it's going to happen. I don't care. And some people are like, well, what are you going to do with it? Well, you know what? If I get a philosophy of doctor degree, that means that I have my own philosophy, and if I have to prove it to a group of authority to make it valid throughout the country, then that's when it's legitimate. And it's just the fact of the research and how do we change minds. You can't change people. However, you could change. Well, you can't change people, but you can change situations. And the only way you change situations is by making a change within yourself. And that's the problem right now with our youth in Wilmington. And you're going to hear me keep going back to our youth because it's a sad day right now in Wilmington. And it might be a sad day in the country. I don't know. And I'm not going to talk about the Trump. We'll talk about that. In fact, let me go to a break right now, and we'll be right back.
trail, but I'm singing all is well. He's attacking every day, but I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back, 'cause this means war. This means war. This means war. This means war. Put them together.
Welcome back, and thank you for tuning into HBCU Delaware Talks. Why does this label HBCU Delaware Talks? Because a lot of times the voices in Delaware are silenced. People are not talking about the right thing. People don't talk college, and it breaks my heart today. We have some, don't get me wrong, that do talk college, but right now it's a lot of malice going on. A lot of people aren't talking college, so this is your opportunity to talk. But by the way, if you're an HBCU graduate or alumni from any college, you have an opportunity for this panel. You have an opportunity to come on and talk about your school. You have an opportunity to actually take an hour show and promote your school. That's from the fraternities, the sororities, these different organizations. You have opportunity because this is the HBCU coalition. And it really is about us promoting. It's about us networking. It's about us trying to make the change in the community. We work together, but we work in different silos, instead of working together as one. And we really have to start supporting one another from the HBCU community. This show is for you. This is not mine. It's for you. And if you need a time if you want to come on a show or even bring your panel on a show to talk about what you do and what your college does, tune in. You can contact me. My number is area code 302-602-5149. You can catch me at stevewash@comcast.net. But we really, or hbcude.com. That's another email address. But we really need you to support the program because it's for you. And if you're talking about giving back, this is one platform you're able to give back to your school, your community, your organization. So don't hesitate to contact me and tune in. But let's get back to the show where we're talking about, I was getting ready to say Donald Trump. What do you think about education or HBCUs with Donald Trump as our next president? How do you think that's going to ride?
I think that's a great question. I feel that, I don't know. I don't have the answer. Am I a little concerned? I think that there's definitely some concern there. But I mean, it's yet to see. I hate to even jump to any conclusion. I'm hoping that again, he does the right things and let him be. But they were struggling under other presidents' watches as well. So I think that we will have to kind of wait and see what happens. I think it has a lot to do with who he appoints as Secretary or Education, and making sure that they understand the importance of HBCUs is going to have a lot to do with it.
Well, something that I noticed that practice doesn't make you perfect. However, practice does enhance perfection. But I'm going to say before he was even elected, has he ever visited an HBCU campus? So if that answer is yes, it's a possibility that he may support. If that answer is no, well, it's not really on his agenda, and I think HBCUs really need to be on the agenda of our leadership, not just in the country, but right here in our city. Everyone seems like they have an agenda to do something. Our new mayor, Mr. Pazicki, congratulations again. He said he had a brother that coached at Dell State, and I get it. And he said he was the only white coach that ever coached at Dell State football, and I get that. But what I want to know is if Mr. Pazicki is going to support HBCUs or the HBCU family here in Delaware, because we like to grow. We know that if we can all come together, I believe that we can reach out to the school districts and we can go into the districts in groups and talk to kids about college. We don't always have to wait for the college to come to us because we already know that a lot of HBCUs don't come to Delaware because I understand that they reach out to some of the districts and sometimes they don't get answers. But I don't know that for sure. But what I do know is that we can start coming together and getting our HBCU organizations to go into different schools to see what's going on.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, I'm already doing it. I mean, you know, with this book here, and what was it, last year I donated 75 copies to Harlan Elementary.
Wow.
Each kid in the 5th grade got a copy. So we put that together with some support of some business leaders that I know throughout the community. And I think, you know, I'm already working with some things, raising some funds right now. So when that Delaware State book comes, that we will be able to give it away, that we will be able to, you know, flood the streets with that knowledge. Because I think a lot of times these kids want it, but their parents aren't accustomed to paying $15 for a children's book.
I find it interesting that you're able to reach out to Brandywine. Has any other school districts? Because we're going to make that happen.
Yeah, no, I've visited a couple other schools throughout the city. You know, Great Oaks is one. I was down there. Man, where else did we go? There's about 4 or 5 of them that I visit throughout the city, and so we're trying to, you know, we're gonna make it happen. You know,
I can see right
each
now.
one reach one.
That's right. That's right. Not just elementary school, middle schools, because we have middle school kids reading on that grade level. Mm-hmm. See, we have a lot of kids that are not reading on grade level.
Correct.
So, and then kids that look like us, mm-hmm. that may not be that interested in reading the sit off the bookstore,
right,
or Hamlet or anything. They very well might be interested in that.
No.
Let me see some of the pictures.
Yeah, please check it out. Yeah.
This is a nice one.
Yeah, no, it's good quality, as you can see.
Yes.
And
wow.
You know, we have some questions in there. Quite, you know, this one is written more on like a 4th grade reading level.
Sure.
My first one was
some of the pictures. Oh, yeah. It's not close. Okay.
Yeah,
this is awesome. And this is
artwork.
about Howard.
Yeah, this is about Howard University. So, you know, Howard, big thing is their homecoming. So we wanted to make sure to highlight the homecoming, and then in the back you see we have the author and illustrator as well,
awesome.
who's also a Morehouse brother,
is that
Antonio
right?
True Luck. So, and then we put some questions in there, gave a little history.
I'd like to see if we can if we combine to this at our school.
Yeah, no, I love to. Yeah, let's make it work. You know, if there's anybody.
Once I get back to work, I've been out for a minute.
I understand.
But
I understand. Yeah, no, it's a great product. The kids love it. The teachers will love it. I think it's a good message. So if there's anybody watching as well, please go check out my website, earlcoopergolf.com. That's EARCOOPER.com. And you can go on there and learn more about myself, and also order you a copy of Baby Bison's First Homecoming.
That's hot. That's hot. I met a gentleman. He's another Morehouse grad.
Okay.
Mr. Marindle. He's coming on next month.
Wonderful.
In fact, I want you to come back with him.
Okay.
You know, and
Love to.
He does the comic books.
Okay.
The HBCU comic books, and he's growing throughout the country. So you're going to grow. I could see that happening, growing throughout the country.
Thank you.
This HBCU is large.
Yeah, it is. It is. There's quite a few of them. The family's big.
And it was fun. What's the most fun you had at Morehouse?
Oh, homecoming, man. Homecoming. You know, when we team up with Spelman, we call it Spell House.
Is that right?
And, yeah, it's just they flood the yard, all the alumni, and they're all coming together to have a good time. They're all coming, you know, based on the education and their experiences there. Get to see a lot of old faces, watch the football game, and just, man, you got thousands and thousands of black folks together, all on a campus, just enjoying themselves. And it's a beautiful thing.
Homecoming is hot. Norfolk State is hot. In fact, college was fun, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you study, you know. You can get, I'll tell you one thing about Norfolk. I don't even know if you can just get in there today, but I mean, they would accept you back in the day. And one of the things that you're not going to do is just graduate. You're going to work.
Oh, yeah.
And I know a lot, they're going to say, you can get accepted in Norfolk, but you're going to work. You're not going to just get out.
Oh, man, Morehouse is pretty rigorous, man, when it comes academically. It's, now, I had a couple of professors I had one professor, he had a chalk in one hand and an eraser in the other, and you just had to keep up.
Wow.
Just had to keep up. And Dr. Tobe Johnson, he was the first African American to get a PhD from Columbia in political science, and just he's a walking legend. I mean, Dr. Tobe Johnson, and then I had another professor, Ilya Davis, who taught philosophy, and we talked a lot about Plato and Socrates, and just the perspective that he had and the conversations that we had in the classroom. I mean, it was one of those environments where he might have one line on there, and you just had to write, just had to run. You write, don't stop, keep writing,
Is
keep
that right?
writing. Yeah. So
Wow. So the expectation, and you know, and it's good to have high expectations.
yes.
Sometimes in our schools, the kids they sell themselves short.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want you to reach high. A lot of teachers want them to reach high, and have high expectations in the kids. But sometimes the kids don't have high expectations themselves.
Yeah, no, I mean that's another
You know,
point that I get to is where I sign on my books, dream big because dreams do come true, and that's kind of when I got out of college. That was my website that I came out with, Earl Dream Big.
wow.
And that's like my tag name on Instagram, Facebook, all my social media is Earl Dream Big. And again, I thought that was one of the things I realized going and interacting with kids. I think that's the saddest thing in the world when you're talking to a kid and he's in the third grade or he's 8 years old and he's afraid to dream.
Right.
And I tell people dream big because dreams do come true.
My kid right now, he's 8.
Okay, so we definitely gotta get him these books. I know they
I'm
out Norfolk,
yeah,
but
definitely. I'm definitely, and he'll read that in one night. He'll read the entire book. I tell you what, he dreams. He's into these making paper airplanes.
Oh wow.
I'm telling you, this kid is studying the airplane. He's reading. He really gets in tune. When he wants to do something, he really gets in tune with it. But he was studying the airplane. I'm looking at him like, hey, look at the design. I said, well, what are you going to do when you grow up? Are you going to design an engine or something? Yeah, well, he's talking about being, I believe, did he say a doctor?
Okay.
A lawyer, one of those,
Yeah.
not a teacher. My daughter says she might become a teacher.
Do you want him to be a teacher?
Teaching is good. Let me tell you something.
I'm asking you.
Teaching is the field that make all other fields possible.
I agree. So
whatever she wants to do.
Okay, because I would say I think no matter what field it is, a lot of times parents just don't want them to do it. I've seen that a lot. Like I know a lot of lawyers, and they're like, I wouldn't advise my kid to be a lawyer. Or I know a lot of doctors like, don't go to med school. So it's just always interesting to ask a parent, no matter even they went HBCU or they didn't, just how do they want do they want their child to kind of follow that same path, or do they say, hey, go try something else?
I'm the parent that that my kids are pretty good in sports. Mom was an athlete, but whatever you want to do, do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to my son. He likes to play basketball, football, soccer, and everything. So whatever he has an interest in, I'm not going to hold him back.
Okay.
I'm not going to live through them. It's because I played college ball and played basketball, football all my life. I'm not going to live through my children and say, you know what, you have to be doing this and, get out there and say, I mean, I work with him a little bit, but it's for the fun.
Okay.
But he looks at that PlayStation 4 and he's trying to do the same moves that he sees in the place.
Yeah.
He's really studying this thing. And I'm like, really? And he actually, this boy, he has a
Pretty good,
crossover.
huh? Yeah, you got a nice little move, huh?
I'm like, wow. And my daughter, she's kind of nice too. She plays
Sweet.
at Mount Pleasant. So, but they're generally good kids, and it's because sometimes both parents in the house. Some kids grow up in a single parent home. That stuff we're gonna get to that, but
most kids, majority of kids.
We're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna go to a break for about a minute and a half, and we'll be right back. Don't touch that dial, as Mr. Holloway said.
this means. This means more.
Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in again with HBCU Delaware Talk. We have another guest in the house, a familiar face throughout the world, and he's here to talk about a little bit about the how this networking goes viral, how we can make it viral. Just like I was telling your book, telling you about your book, where we're gonna make that go viral.
Okay.
And you're HBC, so you're part of the family. So I'll let this guy introduce himself to you. If you've seen the face before, call in. If you have not, Mr. Travis, welcome to the show. How are you?
They don't know me, do they? No. Good to be here. Good to be here. Good to be here.
Yeah, Travis just launched the television
Digital network.
Digital network.
Yep,
and you're going to tell us a little bit about it. It's awesome. I joined the team, and HBCU is going to go viral.
Wow.
Well, yeah. So tell us a little bit about it.
So basically, we launched a digital platform, which is ACT Boom, www.actboom.com. Or if you have an Android device, you can download it, go to your Google Play Store, or you have Amazon, go to Amazon Fire Stick. But in essence, more of it's more so teaching people how to get into the digital space, which is so huge, so vast. There's a big market out there with Netflix and Hulu and Roku and Sling TV and all those guys. Actually, it's a $95 billion market that they're actually commanding. They call them OTT, over-the-top platforms, basically over top of the web. We're talking about the mobile device. So it gives us an opportunity to really have a position and work towards a position in that space. So of course, what we've been working on is right now we have 45 channel owners. We soft launched November 15th. So now, of course, one of those guys, the question was, my question was, well, so how many HBCUs are there in the world? Of course, that's me. That's just me. Because I heard y'all talking earlier about teaching. I think, education is key.
Sure.
So we said, well, why not you create it as an opportunity so that when people see the channel number,
that's right,
they'll say, well, why 107? But then they ask the question, well, that's how many HBCUs there are
in the country.
And
that's right.
And actually, when I asked the question, how we find out about it,
Google it.
So at least that'll be one of those things.
Sure.
That we hope to help, enable and empower and equip individuals across the world to understand, what the power and the worth and the value of the HBCU is. And in that case, what better way than to have, them hopefully have a 30-minute segment on this guy here's digital channel. That way, now he extends not only right here in Newcastle County via LAPA TV 28, but now he has an extension to go across the world and then connect with the universities real time. Hopefully.
So if I open my phone up right now, for example,
Sure.
and I went to HBCU TV and started videotaping or looking at you guys, maybe.
Oh, that's right.
This is somebody
because you interface you synced in. That's right. You already have it.
So let's see if we can go worldwide right now as we are on television.
Let's do
so
it.
Let's do this. So so can you tell people what channel or how to go to the on their computer or?
So they would have to go to www.actboom.com.
Okay.
Yeah, actboom.com, and then we would have programmed a segment in for you in your slot, but we'll see.
Okay.
Anyway, because we didn't set your.
Okay. Well, you know what though? Let's see.
Hit it, and then we'll know.
I'm connecting right now, so I just want to
see if then we'll find. I can tell you myself in a second.
It might be a little lag time, but I think this is so hot.
You was down at Delaware State
Monday.
It was like a big kid. He's like, oh, because the beauty of it is, because of technology, you can do so much with a smartphone now. There are we have a school downtown where Act Generation, where we actually run a program with teenagers around and young adults around guerrilla filmmaking with your smartphone and media literacy. So the real whole thing is kind of help people understand that you can do so much with a smartphone device. But then if you have a high-end setup like we have in the studio, there's ways to sync it right into your channel on the platform. So if we let's see if we can pick you up or not.
This might be hot. And if we can, I need you to put your
see
book
if you're
up.
streaming, if you're streaming here, which is for 107. So you see, we got a whole bunch of channels. If you're going through, there's HBCU TV, and then we'll see if he comes live, if he's streaming live. If not, if he's streaming, oh my goodness,
Is it on?
we on.
Oh, we are on live.
It's
We are
on.
across
We're
the.
working.
We are. And so let's interview this young man. So while we're interviewing on television, we're gonna have a little bit of fun.
We got a double interview going.
Yes, yeah, we have a this is
interview.
double.
I love it. I love it. I need
So
it.
right now we're going across the world
Right.
on HBCU TV.
Yeah, this is HBCU TV, and the great thing about HBCU TV is that you're an alum
I am.
from an HBCU, and one of the things that I like to see happen is your book go viral.
Thank you.
I like to see you grow. I want you really to
Thank
utilize this. Like, if anyone's tuned in right now across the country at an HBCU, one of those presidents, they're looking at this book and they're saying, "What is going on?" So now you're out there. So this is an awesome idea, and I don't know, man, what's in that brain over there of yours? Because I'd have never in my life thought
Crazy
to
part
do
about-
this.
I was doing I did about 6 years of research.
Sure. Oh, okay. Really?
And, like, just the different type of devices. Because we don't want to just we don't want to just enter a space and not understand.
Right,
We want to make sure we know the stats and the data. And so when the question comes, really, question I can tell you right now who's leading the market, how they're leading it. I can tell you who tried to acquire who said no, and why that now we're in this big digital shift that we're in. Really, because some of the major players like Netflix and Hulu and Roku basically said, hey, we're here to stay. And because they're doing a lot of the original programming,
Sure.
that really is taking center stage. So it's gonna be really exciting to see like the talent from the different colleges across the HBCUs that may not, they may do closed captioning in the university, but now they have a way to actually get it out worldwide. They may do the local access in their market, but now they actually take that content. So for the students that are in the mass comms program, now they have a way to actually set up their channel, see it run in their 80,000 community area, but also maybe there's certain content they want to pitch out to the world. Sitcom, they might record a sitcom right during their senior.
Well, I mean,
year.
that's what
It
happened
happens already, right?
with the young girl that has a show on HBO right now. It's called Insecure.
Oh yeah. You're right.
She
you're
did
right,
a
you're right.
YouTube series,
Sure enough.
and they picked it up and gave her a whole season, and they picked it up for another season.
You're
I
right.
mean, it's been doing phenomenal.
Yeah.
Wow.
And,
So-
and that's the
Yeah,
goal.
no, that's the idea. Yeah, no, I definitely understand it. Like you said with Netflix, I mean, that's what really allowed them to grow so quickly was because they started creating original content. They got out of just being just a movie service where it was like, oh, I can only go there if I've seen that movie once or the previous release. So now they have things that are strictly streaming. And then that next phase was that now you don't even have to be online.
Nah.
So you can
Download
download
the app.
original content
Right, download-
on your phone.
Sure enough.
And now when you're traveling and you're on the airport or whatever, you can now watch your show. So, there's I agree, that's a great thing. And I think those are the more positive stories that need to be talked about. Because I didn't know anything about it.
Yep.
And a lot of times when we hear it, that's what goes on. There's so many great things happening, but we don't know. And I'm happy to meet you. And
you
I
too.
guarantee that this is just the beginning because I'm looking to get in that app space and looking to really grow, as he said, and figure out how to reach that digital world.
Right. Because it's huge. The numbers are so huge. Because the thing I tell the folks is, okay, if you have how many Facebook followers do you have?
Right now I have like 2,000.
So 2,000 followers. So I have another 2,000 followers.
Yeah, about 1,800.
That's so we got 2, 4, 6. That's 6,000 people that we're connected to. So just by us sharing a piece of content on our pages to our 6,000 people, the opportunity for us to convert the followers to dollars becomes tremendous. But the reason is we aren't taking advantage of what Facebook and YouTube have already done for us. Is the term is called aggregate. So what they did was they aggregated our followers into one location. So now when you go to sell your book, if I share it to my page, all my friends can see it. So it's a great model. But now what we've done is we've been able to utilize the ACT Boom or the HBCU TV now. So now we can actually take our followers, share our content to social media. Now those people are watching my page or your page or Steve's page. They now see the content. So I love it's like an invisible model.
Yeah.
Because you could miss it.
Right.
If you're not
aware of it.
Aware of it.
It's almost like they say like dog whistle.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
How about that?
I like that's a good correlation. Yeah,
it's a dog
there.
whistle.
It's
so
there. Yep.
you know, it's definitely there. Like I know a young lady here who went to Spelman. She's a school teacher in Philly, but she lives in Wilmington, and she just had a video go viral. It was called Push, and when I say it went viral, I'm talking 10 million views probably. She was on NBC today. They flew her up there to New York. Yeah.
So I can look that up. Push.
Yeah. Push. So yep.
So how do we get this this video here to go on your page, and just make what you just said happen?
Well, we share.
do that.
We share. A lot of it comes.
Let's do that.
So one thing, and I'm glad you mentioned that. One thing that's really huge right now, which really is not a true job category. If you go to an HR portal and you go to put in these two words, content contributor.
Sure.
You won't see it as this major job that people are really like flocking to. But in reality,
it's huge.
the millennials have defined the space. So the reason that the Netflix and the Hulu and the Rokus have taken the main stage is because they focus on content. They're not worried about what major organization developed it. All they say is, well, if this is a piece of good content, I want to check it out. I don't care who developed it.
Right.
It's just I like it. So that's a different model than what we
but I mean, there really isn't. There isn't any brand loyalty.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
so you don't have people that are accustomed to saying, "Oh, I've watched CBS my whole life, and if it didn't come on CBS, I'm not going to watch it."
Right. Yep.
So it's all about those options, and
that's
YouTube
new.
kind of changed.
That's new.
Yeah.
That's
No.
For the baby boomer and the veteran.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah.
It was,
It's
what
definitely
you were saying,
it's disruptive, and I think, but that's where a lot of markets you're seeing. Even when you look at like Tesla, they're building cars on demand.
They are.
This man has
Phenomenal,
had
right?
3 years now with waiting lists. And people have paid. I know somebody that's on a waiting list that paid their $40,000.
And it's something.
So and still hasn't gotten a car. But it's
still
just,
waiting like it's just for me.
It's unbelievable that
New space, new
you've created a
territory.
waiting list for a vehicle and you're basically creating them on demand.
On demand.
And
Well, it
now
used to
cars.
be the assembly line had them all processed. You buy what's
I mean,
there.
even with books, I mean, it's constantly changing, it's constantly evolving, and that's one of the things that I'm learning. That as you're alluding to, if you want to stay up, you got to have that young, innovative,
No doubt about it.
adaptive mind. And it's not even so much.
The corporation called them agile.
You have to be. You have to be, because if you're not, then like you said, it'll miss you.
It'll miss you.
I mean, guys are getting blowing up every day.
And it's not many viewers that view HBCU Delaware Talks on Thursday. They might catch it on YouTube because I do upload on YouTube. But now they're looking at it. If whoever's on the computer and they're watching this show, they done share this. And once we share this show on the computer, it's going to go viral.
Because then we're looking at the economics.
Right.
So what happens is, you were looking at sponsoring your show in Delaware. So now what's happened is now you've extended the opportunity for dollars. So now they can support what you're doing here in Delaware. So that allows you to now at some point you may say, I can do weekly. But because now what happens, you have revenue that may be coming in from Chicago or Detroit. Because our goal is always we're supporting our home base.
Right.
So this really helps us now to do more of what we want to do home, because now we're leaning more on a global dollar and not just our local dollar. So, but we're bringing it in, which is always good.
Right.
And I like to offer this. I reach out to the HBCU graduates here in Wilmington. I like to reach out to the colleges across the country to take advantage of a 30-minute show that they may want to do on HBCU TV. Free.
Whoa. 30 minutes.
Free.
30 minutes.
So I'm inviting you to just come on, talk about your college, talk about what you're doing, talk about how your college has made you to be the person that you are, and you could do it on my channel free. I'm not charging you because I want to give back to the community. I want to give back to the colleges, because once we start giving back to the colleges, there's more money for kids to go to college.
I'm
not worried
I'm
about
trying to catch something. So you're saying that you want all 107 HBCUs to submit you a 30-minute segment.
A 30-minute
and you're going to air it on your digital network for free.
For free.
Oh, that seems cool. So Morehouse got one coming, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He's going to make sure they get it together.
You got that right.
So you can call in right now if you want at 425-5272 and let me know what you think. Also, you can contact me at stevewash@comcast.net. My telephone number is area code 302-602-5149. contact me. This is huge. As Mr. Travis says, it's humongous. So
No, it is. It's incredible.
Yeah, and
it's incredible.
This is a good opportunity. My daughter's a Spelmanite, so I know she.
Listen, this how serious it is. City of Wilmington's putting on a college fair. They're going to HBCU schools. I'm not sure of the date, but the City of Wilmington, there's a college fair coming up sponsored by the Parks and Recreation Department. I'm going to ask that they videotape the entire college fair on the HBCU TV. So the community can see what Parks and Recreation is doing. See, Mr. Mike Pazicki, this is for you, big guy. So, and Mr. Kevin Kelly, this is for you, big guy. Mr. Wayne Miller, you as well. So these are the things that we want to show in our community to show the kids that, you know what, hey, we could be a part of this, you know. Yeah, and I think it's a great idea.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Awesome. I'm excited. I was like, wait a minute.
He said, I'm live. So he said, well, they got the a7d0b914, then they got to get you by downloading the app. For the Android, they can download the app from the Google Play Store.
So you can download.
Some people are not used to that. So Google Play.
Go to Google Play, download the app, a7d0b914.
And then your channel 107.
And go to channel 107, which is HBCU TV. We have this.
And I must say, I just watched them. It seemed to be very user-friendly. The streaming was instant. We're doing it right here. So for my first time experiencing this, and this wasn't planned at all, this that I'm giving. But no,
if it didn't work, I'd been in trouble, huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't have said it.
What's quality-wise?
Oh, it's fabulous. It's
clear,
fabulous.
Clear, right?
Yeah, unbelievable. Mm-hmm. I'm blown away. And it's right here again in Wilmington. And, you know, again, this is just the beginning. I'm happy to be in between these two amazing gentlemen.
You're the one. You're the writer extraordinaire.
No. It's a teamwork.
Got to start.
That's right. No. It's just the beginning. So I'm looking forward to getting down there and working with you. I'm looking forward to working with you, figuring out how we can get these books in these schools, and working with you on that digital platform because it's huge.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of things happening. So.
And this is like, again, this doesn't cost any money. You have an opportunity, Delaware, HBCU graduates, alumni, HBCU colleges, universities. You have an opportunity right now to get on board with this for free. I'm not charging because I just want to give back. I think we need kids to live. Too many kids are dying. We need kids to live. So we definitely want to give opportunities for people to be successful. That's the bottom line. So I'm excited. And my arm is tired. This one's tired.
His arm's starting to shake a little bit.
and this one,
up there pretty good.
This one's tired, and this one hurt.
He should have had his tripod.
Right.
I'm going to go offline right now, but we just wanted to invite you to ACT
Boom. Come on now.
.com
HBCU
and
TV.
HBCU TV. Look what we
Channel
have.
What? Channel what?
107.
How many universities?
There's 107 HBCUs in this country, and that's the significance of the Channel 107.
Yeah.
So do you even get the educational component?
Trivia Pursuit.
Yes, sir.
I'm so much.
That is. So I'm excited. I think that we really have to really begin to make this grow. I'm reaching out to everybody. And you know what? If people don't take advantage of freedom, maybe they don't need freedom. Because if we don't become free, we're going to be dumb. So we have to be free in order to, you know, try it. You thought that was funny? Good. But at any rate, because it's live TV, and this is what we do.
Was funny or was it funny?
But I tell you what, it did take up a couple of minutes on TV.
No, I agree. I think, you know, before, I want to definitely, you know, kind of, I think it's so important and so imperative that we continue to do what we're doing and we continue to persevere. And with you, you know, taking it to digital space and being able to reach, because there's so many kids have smartphones.
Oh, yeah.
And even
who doesn't have one is the question, right?
And even me, I look at it. I refer to YouTube for a lot of things.
Yep. A lot of good resource.
So, you know, it's very important, and I'm happy to see that that's right here in Delaware, and I'm looking forward to really helping you with that and exposing you.
You also, I want to make sure we help.
Yeah, this is huge. So I thank you again for being a connector.
Oh yeah.
And this is what it's all about. I mean, this is what this show is, epitome of bringing on individuals that have an HBCU connection and then connecting. So
that's right.
Again, I hope people, they got a chance to see it live today, how this network really works, and it's working firsthand.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Phenomenal.
I thank
We
God
can't
for
wait to
both of
support
you.
your book. Glad, it's good to see a young guy that's doing
Thank
some
you.
phenomenal
Thank
work.
you. Thank you.
That's
Lift them up,
amazing.
and it's not doing nothing crazy and
No,
what the
no.
media plays out all the time.
Yeah, no,
But,
not at all,
to
man.
be
And
writing and have the book, that's phenomenal.
and to mention not to get, I mean, I play golf as well. So
Phenomenal,
that's what I do. I was assistant golf
That's awesome.
professional at a Wilmington
You have to
Country
teach
Club.
me.
And yeah, I'd love to teach you. Again, no, that's, you had said it earlier, talking about bridging the
go-
gap. My logo was actually a bridge for Earl Cooper Gap. For Earl Cooper Golf, excuse me.
Wow.
It's a bridge, and my tagline is bridging the gap in the game. And that's
Nice,
what I
nice,
want to
nice.
do. I want to equip people such as yourself or anyone that has gone to the golf course and not had a pleasurable experience, or has gone to the golf course and not felt welcome. And a lot of times that happens is because you don't have the knowledge. If I
Right.
went into, a musician store, I'm going to be lost. I don't know what to look for. I don't know what type of drum to have.
Sure.
I don't know how to tighten up the keys. But if there was someone kind of give me this knowledge before I got there, then now I feel comfortable. Now I know how to ask the right questions. And then again, I feel like that's how you grow the game that I love, because I do love golf. I've been playing since the age of 6.
Wow.
And I love the game, and I want other people to, get that experience as well.
That's
So,
phenomenal.
Yeah,
That's
we're
phenomenal.
going to make it happen.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And we're going
That's
to,
what it's about.
We're going to wrap up. I really do appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
It's time. It's time, Wilmington, for us to really get it right. It's time for us to utilize our resources. You know how they say we don't have resources. We have resources.
We do. We do.
It's just the fact we have to utilize them. Now, there it is. There's one that's a resource right now. If you don't watch HBCU Delaware Talks, begin to tune in on every third Thursday. Sure, the funding runs out, and it is running out, but I'm going to praise God anyway, right now, prior to, because it's going to happen. And because it's for you. It's for you. So I thank you. God bless you. God keep you is my prayer. And I'll see you next time.